All right, this laptop here has been flipped for profit. I'm just trying to get onto my phone to see exactly for how much this particular laptop flipped for. This was a very, good flip, I would say, and I'm just going there. In the last few days, eBay has been really nice. I won't complain because the time of complaining is pretty much over. We already complained when we had to complain, but right now it's kind of back to action. I'm kind of happy that things are pretty much back to where they should be. It's exactly what I expect, man. Because when one is busy, then you do not have time to begin to complain. Yes, 468 euros is exactly what this laptop. So because this is actually the touch screen version of the HP EliteBook 840G8, perfectly clean in and out. I'm not gonna complain because I also hope the buyer is not going to complain because the laptop in itself super clean. So I'm just going to do what I have to do. Basically check. The buyer actually did want me to install a 1 terabyte of SSD on the laptop, and I have just done that. But in between, when I was coming to the warehouse today, I realized that something also sold, like a Lenovo ThinkPad L15 Gen 1 sold for 491 euros. Boom, this is what we are talking about. It looked like something also sold here. I'm just going to see. No, because my PC is here. Sometimes I always have to, go back, take a look to be sure that nothing has changed. So in the meantime, waiting for this laptop to kind of be done. And yeah, you might be wondering now, I'm using a new setup because I realized that I generate so much data in this warehouse, me moving around, taking things, grabbing things here and there. These are all data, and this is the best way for me to capture it. For now, I still don't have a solution with my mic, so I'm still having to hold this around, but I understand that I can actually, clip this to my shirt and, then I have my hands to myself. But this is a format that I feel like is going to be a better format for me. It's going to be freer for me. The videos are going to be more chilled, so I don't need to sit down and just make a dedicated video. Of course, when I have to do that, I'm going to do it. But the fact that work is going on, and it's always kind of a hassle to leave work and sit down and begin to, make a video. Things are happening by the second. This one now is being set up. I've got bubble wraps here. Cartons are prepared. Any moment from now, I'm going to go to the system and make sure that the invoice is printed out, because without the invoice, it doesn't really look legit. When the buyer opens the box and the first thing he or she sees is the invoice waiting there, this is a very, good thing. All right. So I always want to include the invoice in the box. And in the meantime, when this is happening, sometimes I want to go to my, computer, like I said, print out the resume, but sometimes print out the invoice, but sometimes I also just wait because these are very fast machines. And before you know what's going on, Windows has been installed. Doesn't take a lot of time also for the drivers to also be, to be updated, because I'm not going to lie, I've got a very fast internet here in the warehouse. It's one of the things that I'm kind of grateful for. There are possibilities, when I was working in the warehouse, when I was working in my garage, there wasn't this possibility to have, an internet. For one reason or the other, the internet in the garage coming from our VLAN was just not strong enough, and it was a major point of stress. So when I got this warehouse, the first thing I tried to fix was the fact that internet was available, because if you want to do this thing, you're definitely going to have need for a very good internet connection, because you're going to be doing a lot of stuff. If you're going to install, drivers on a particular machine like this, you need, a good internet to do that. You want to quickly log on to your eBay on your computer. Of course, you can do a lot on your phone, but I'm telling you guys, there are times where you just want to check things on the computer, and you need a very good internet to do that, so you don't end up wasting time day and night just sitting down doing pretty much nothing. All right, so I still got a Dell Optiplex 5060 to ship out. That was sold for 436 euros. I've still got a HP Compact Pro to ship out. Definitely going to be doing that. And this Lenovo ThinkPad L15 Gen 1 that sold. Don't know if you can see that. That's going to be shipped out, possibly tomorrow, because today, as it looks, it's kind of full. And very soon, don't know if you can see that. Today, as it looks, is kind of full, and very soon, yes, the kids will be coming to me and possibly will be doing one or two things because the kids are on holiday, and technically from next week I'll also be on holiday. So this is exactly what we're going to be doing today, and I already can see that the work is a lot, and in between is also possible that we get a sale again from eBay. All right, this is kind of almost done, so just going to finish setting up things, and although generally there are some sellers that kind of feel more comfortable sending the invoice per mail to the buyer. I'm not this kind of seller. I just feel like I want to do everything once and for all to be sure that the transaction is completed. I don't want to a situation where the buyer is going to be reaching out to me and asking me again for the invoice, because I understand that most times I could be very, very busy and will never ever have time again to do that. So the best thing for me, or this is my process, I don't know how it works with you. Let me know in the comment section how you guys kind of run your own process. I want to just print out my stuff, and then you see, most times as soon as I'm done with the invoice, the PC or the laptop in this case, it's more often than not already ready. So all I have to do is to grab the shipping label, which I have here, and then just get hold of the invoice. You see, the touch screen is currently not working. That's because the drivers of the laptop still needs to be installed. Okay, it's already working, because sometimes when you have a touchscreen model like this, even after installing Windows, you still have to let it sit for some time, let the PC be connected to the internet, and in this way you have all the drivers installed. As soon as the drivers are installed, a lot of the functions will begin to work, like the touch screen. Sometimes you do not have the right display driver installed. See, right here it tells me that there are a lot of drivers that needs to be installed. So all I have to do is just to click on download and install, for example. But most times Windows kind of does this automatically as long as the PC is connected to the internet. So what I'm going to do is to allow the PC sit for some time, and then I'm going to come back again when it's already ready, just to put it in a box, and thereafter take it directly to the post office. Hope this video gives you some kind of insights to what I do here in the warehouse. Sometimes, yes, it takes some little bit of time, but over time I have created some really good processes that helps me, and this is what makes me be able to sell all these laptops and computers and still be able to ship them out on the same day and sometimes the next day. And when you can create some processes like this, you are ultimately going to be glad you did not. Let's see you again in the next video. Peace out.